Police dog refuses to obey command and stands in front of the plane. When pilots learn why, they freeze. I have the dream of reaching 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month. Subscribe and be part of this dream too. Thank you. Have an amazing story. Chapter 1. Instinct. Officer Jake Mitchell arrived early at the busy airport terminal, feeling the usual calm before his morning patrol. He enjoyed the quiet moments, watching passengers hurriedly moving toward their gates, unaware of the vigilant eyes protecting them. Beside Jake was Rocky, a loyal and intelligent German shepherd trained to detect hidden dangers. Rocky walked confidently, his gaze sharp and focused, creating a feeling of safety wherever they went. Their bond was unique. Jake trusted Rocky's instincts even more than his own judgment. Today seemed ordinary, with routine checks and familiar security procedures. As they approached the boarding area of an international flight, Rocky suddenly froze. Jake tugged softly on the leash, but Rocky's strong body remained immovable, eyes fixed intensely on the plane's doorway. Jake felt puzzled. Rocky had never hesitated before. Passengers passing by noticed and began whispering. Anxiety crept into Jake's chest as he knelt beside Rocky, gently stroking his fur. "What's wrong, boy?" he whispered, heart racing with unease. Rocky ignored the command, firmly placing himself in front of the plane's entrance. People were growing impatient, glancing nervously at the scene. Airport security soon approached, demanding explanations. Jake knew something serious must be wrong, yet he had no evidence other than Rocky's strange behavior. He took a deep breath, standing by Rocky's side, silently deciding to trust the dog despite potential consequences. Jake felt a profound sense of loyalty and dread intertwining. Whatever Rocky sensed, he was determined to find out. Chapter 2. Doubts and Tension. As the minutes passed, tension rose. Passengers murmured impatiently, checking their watches. The airport manager arrived, clearly annoyed, questioning Jake sharply about Rocky's unusual reaction. Jake explained carefully, emphasizing Rocky's impeccable training and flawless record. The manager hesitated, skepticism visible in his eyes. Jake felt pressure building within, aware his credibility and Rocky's future depended on this moment. A nervous sweat formed on his forehead, yet his trust in Rocky remained firm and unshakable. Soon, Captain Elena Harris approached, intrigued and concerned about the unexpected delay. She observed Rocky calmly but intensely, sensing sincerity in the dog's unwavering stance. Elena looked directly at Jake, softly asking if he truly believed there was danger. Her gentle demeanor offered Jake a momentary relief. He nodded resolutely, expressing his absolute confidence in Rocky. Elena, sensing the gravity behind Jake's conviction, requested an immediate, deeper inspection of the aircraft before departure. Security reluctantly agreed, instructing technicians to begin another thorough check. Passengers grumbled louder, irritated by delays. Jake could feel judgmental stares piercing his uniform, making each second increasingly uncomfortable. Yet, Rocky never wavered, guarding the plane's entrance fiercely. Jake quietly reassured Rocky, sensing that soon everyone would understand his determination. Deep down, he prayed Rocky was mistaken, knowing the alternative could mean something truly frightening awaited them aboard that plane. Chapter 3. Hidden Truth. The technicians meticulously inspected every visible part of the aircraft but found nothing suspicious initially. Jake felt despair growing inside him. Uncertainty gnawed at his mind, planting seeds of doubt. Had he misread Rocky's signals? Rocky remained motionless, unwavering and determined, eyes alert and vigilant. Jake struggled internally, questioning his decision yet unable to shake the persistent feeling that something was terribly wrong. He desperately wished Rocky could communicate clearly, explaining exactly what danger lurked ahead. Suddenly, an urgent shout erupted from beneath the airplane. A technician called everyone closer, alarm apparent in his voice. Jake's pulse quickened as they rushed over. Hidden beneath the plane, concealed behind a landing gear compartment, was severe structural damage invisible from regular checks. The damaged parts could have easily caused catastrophic failure during takeoff or landing. Gasps echoed around as realization spread through the group. Rocky's instincts had been precisely correct all along, preventing imminent disaster. Jake felt a wave of profound relief mixed with admiration, looking down proudly at Rocky. Passengers who had previously complained now stared in stunned gratitude, murmuring praises. Rocky finally relaxed, gently wagging his tail, sensing the threat had been discovered. Elena Harris approached Jake, her voice trembling slightly as she thanked Rocky for his incredible bravery. Jake knelt, hugging Rocky, whispering, "You did it, buddy." A sense of deep validation and pride filled his heart. Rocky's actions had changed everything. Chapter 4. Trust Restored. Passengers gathered in stunned silence as airport staff quickly arranged alternative flights. Jake, feeling immense relief and pride, remained close to Rocky. People approached cautiously, some smiling, others murmuring apologies for their earlier impatience. Rocky stood calm yet alert, his posture still protective. Jake could see the gratitude clearly in their eyes, recognizing the value of Rocky's extraordinary senses. He gently stroked Rocky's fur, silently celebrating the bond that had just saved countless lives. News crews arrived swiftly, capturing the powerful image of Rocky and Jake standing beside the grounded plane. Cameras flashed continuously as reporters eagerly documented the heroic event. The captain, Elena Harris, openly praised Rocky's courage and instinct, describing how his refusal to move prevented a certain tragedy. Jake felt humbled by the growing admiration around them, yet his main thought was the unbreakable trust he and Rocky shared, an invisible connection stronger than any training. Jake looked into Rocky's eyes, realizing something profound. Trust, loyalty, and instinct had overcome doubt and criticism today. Rocky had shown everyone present the true meaning of courage and conviction. His heart swelled with emotion as he silently thanked Rocky for proving how essential their work was. "I'll never doubt you again," Jake whispered softly, aware that today had transformed him deeply. He knew they had faced and conquered the most powerful obstacle, doubt itself. Chapter 5. Recognition. In the following days, news spread rapidly, and Rocky became a hero known throughout the city. Jake found himself receiving endless calls of congratulations. He modestly redirected all praise to Rocky, emphasizing the dog's bravery. The local police department proudly announced a ceremony to honor their extraordinary canine officer. Jake felt both pride and humility, aware that this recognition was not just about one incident but the entire journey of loyalty, trust, and relentless training shared by the pair. At the ceremony, emotions ran high. Hundreds attended, eager to witness the heroic dog who had prevented disaster. Jake stood on stage beside Rocky, overwhelmed by applause and genuine admiration from the crowd. Tears filled his eyes as the police chief placed a medal around Rocky's neck, declaring him an irreplaceable guardian of safety. Rocky wagged his tail gently, seemingly understanding the significance of the moment. Jake felt deep joy, realizing that this was a victory not only for Rocky but for every officer who trusted their instincts. Later, parents and children crowded around Rocky, thanking him personally with hugs and gentle pats. Jake watched proudly as Rocky patiently accepted their affection. One child asked innocently how Rocky knew about the hidden danger. Jake smiled, kneeling down, responding warmly, "Because Rocky trusts his heart more than anything." The child's eyes sparkled with wonder, absorbing this valuable lesson. Jake knew in that instant Rocky's true legacy, inspiring others to trust themselves and their instincts. Chapter 6. Shadows of the Past. Despite public admiration, Jake began reflecting deeply on Rocky's reaction that day. He recalled the intense determination in Rocky's gaze and wondered if it related to something deeper from Rocky's past. Rocky had been rescued as a pup, his early months mysterious. Jake felt compelled to explore his partner's history further. He contacted Rocky's previous handlers, eager to uncover any hidden clues. Something told him Rocky's instincts came from experiences that deserved to be fully understood. Through careful investigation, Jake discovered Rocky had narrowly survived an accident involving a malfunctioning vehicle during his early training. This incident had traumatized the dog deeply, heightening his sensitivity to hidden mechanical threats. Jake's heart ached imagining Rocky's earlier pain, yet this revelation deepened his admiration. Rocky had transformed trauma into strength, using his past to save lives. Jake felt a profound emotional bond strengthen, respecting Rocky's quiet resilience even more. That night, Jake sat quietly beside Rocky, gently stroking his fur, acknowledging his hidden wounds. Rocky nuzzled closer, sensing Jake's deep understanding. Jake whispered softly, promising never to forget the strength Rocky had shown. He realized true heroism often arose from overcoming deep personal struggles, a lesson Rocky embodied perfectly. Jake felt immense gratitude, knowing their bond had become even more meaningful through discovering and honoring Rocky's past. Chapter 7. New Challenges. Jake noticed Rocky acting differently after the ceremony. He seemed alert but unusually restless, often pacing anxiously around their home. At first, Jake thought it was just the stress from recent events, but the behavior continued. Concerned, Jake carefully watched Rocky, feeling uneasy about what this could mean. The last incident had taught him to trust Rocky's instincts completely, and now he feared another hidden danger might be looming ahead. One morning, as Jake prepared for work, Rocky refused to enter their patrol vehicle. Instead, he barked insistently toward the house next door, something he'd never done before. Jake approached cautiously, listening intently, but saw nothing unusual. Still, he couldn't dismiss Rocky's warning. Unease tightened in Jake's chest. He knew Rocky's senses surpassed his own. After what they had been through, ignoring this signal was impossible. Jake decided he needed to find out what troubled Rocky this time. Later that evening, Jake learned their elderly neighbor had experienced a medical emergency precisely at the moment Rocky reacted. Thanks to Jake's quick decision to check, paramedics arrived just in time, saving the neighbor's life. Jake looked at Rocky with deep admiration, realizing his canine partner had once again sensed danger beyond human perception. Rocky's abilities continued to amaze and inspire Jake, reinforcing their unbreakable bond built on trust and courage. Chapter 8: Bond Strengthened. Jake began reflecting on how significantly Rocky had transformed his own life. Before partnering with Rocky, Jake often struggled with self-confidence and trusting his instincts. But Rocky's unwavering certainty in moments of crisis had profoundly impacted Jake's perspective. Now he felt stronger and more confident, knowing that relying on inner feelings and intuitions was crucial. Rocky had taught Jake invaluable lessons about trust, courage, and loyalty. Recognizing this change, Jake decided to share Rocky's story with younger police recruits, hoping to inspire them. At the academy, he passionately described Rocky's heroic actions and their unique partnership. The recruits listened intently, moved by Jake's heartfelt words about trust and instinct. Jake noticed genuine admiration in their eyes, feeling proud as they eagerly asked questions about Rocky's training and instincts. Sharing their journey filled Jake with purpose and gratitude. Afterwards, the recruits crowded around Rocky, who calmly received their affection, understanding his role. Jake smiled, observing how Rocky inspired respect effortlessly. Watching this interaction, Jake knew his decision to share their experiences was right. Rocky's courage had not only saved lives but had now inspired future officers. Jake gently patted Rocky, whispering, "Thank you, buddy, grateful for the profound impact this dog had on so many lives, especially his own." Chapter 9: Facing Fears. One evening, Jake and Rocky were assigned a late patrol near the airport again. Approaching the familiar gate, Jake hesitated momentarily, recalling vividly the dramatic events from weeks ago. Memories of uncertainty flooded his mind, briefly shaking his confidence. Rocky, sensing Jake's tension, pressed closer reassuringly, looking up with calm eyes. Jake took a deep breath, feeling Rocky's presence steady him, readying himself to face the lingering fear head-on. As they walked through the terminal, Jake felt anxiety rising, recalling judgmental stares and doubts he once endured. Suddenly, Rocky paused again, staring intently at a nearby unattended bag. Jake's pulse quickened, fear threatening to paralyze him, but Rocky remained calm and resolute. Remembering past lessons, Jake forced himself to trust Rocky's judgment completely, immediately alerting security to investigate thoroughly. Within minutes, they discovered the bag harmless but suspiciously left behind, confirming Rocky's instincts again. Jake exhaled deeply, feeling immense relief and pride, recognizing how much he'd grown by trusting Rocky. His previous fears vanished, replaced by confidence and clarity. Jake knelt, embracing Rocky warmly, whispering quietly, "You never fail me, partner." This powerful experience permanently erased Jake's self-doubt, replacing it with unwavering trust. Rocky's courage had guided Jake beyond his fears, helping him overcome personal barriers he never thought possible. Chapter 10: Preparation for Future. Jake realized Rocky was growing older, and retirement approached inevitably. The thought saddened him deeply. Their partnership had become the foundation of his strength. Rocky still appeared strong and healthy, yet Jake recognized it was important to prepare emotionally for the future. He decided to create lasting memories, spending quality time together, cherishing each moment. Jake promised himself that Rocky's later years would be filled with comfort, love, and respect. During off-duty hours, they visited schools and community centers, sharing their inspiring story. Jake found joy seeing Rocky receive admiration from grateful communities, understanding their partnership meant much more than just police work. Children often asked if Rocky was afraid during dangerous moments. Jake replied softly, "Rocky taught me bravery isn't being fearless, it's facing fear with trust." Rocky patiently allowed children to hug him gently, demonstrating the kind spirit behind his courage. Each night, Jake reflected deeply on their journey, aware these moments were precious and fleeting. He took comfort knowing Rocky's legacy would inspire many for years ahead. As they rested together, Jake promised Rocky softly, "You'll never be forgotten." Rocky sighed contentedly, laying his head gently on Jake's lap, both silently appreciating the deep bond built over years of trust, courage, and love, knowing nothing would ever erase the beautiful memories they'd created. Chapter 11, Final Mission. One afternoon, Jake received an urgent call. A missing child was lost near dense woods. Rocky, though aging, still had unmatched tracking skills. Jake hesitated briefly, then realized this mission symbolized the culmination of their years of partnership. He gently looked at Rocky, seeing eagerness still burning brightly in the dog's eyes. Jake nodded decisively, whispering softly, "One more time, partner," preparing emotionally for what might be their final mission together. They searched tirelessly, Rocky leading confidently through challenging terrain. Hours passed, and Jake worried Rocky might tire, but the brave dog showed no hesitation. Finally, Rocky's barking indicated something important ahead. Rushing forward, Jake discovered the child unharmed, frightened but safe. Gratitude filled Jake's heart, knowing Rocky had succeeded again, confirming his courage was timeless. Relief washed over everyone involved as the joyful reunion happened. Returning home exhausted, Jake held Rocky gently, sensing this mission had been uniquely special. Rocky seemed peaceful, fulfilled by purpose. Jake whispered emotionally, "You've done enough now," allowing tears to silently fall, understanding this chapter had beautifully closed their journey together. Rocky rested contentedly, feeling deeply loved, his final mission completed with honor. Chapter 12, Legacy of Love. Months later, Rocky peacefully passed, surrounded by love. Jake felt profound loss but immense gratitude, remembering lessons Rocky had gifted him: trust, courage, and loyalty. He honored Rocky's memory publicly, ensuring everyone knew Rocky's story continued beyond his lifetime. Community and fellow officers offered heartfelt condolences, celebrating the remarkable hero who had changed countless lives through quiet bravery and unwavering loyalty. A statue honoring Rocky was erected at the airport, commemorating his heroic actions forever. Jake attended its unveiling, heart swelling with pride, emotionally moved seeing Rocky's spirit immortalized. Crowds paid respect, inspired by Rocky's incredible life story. Jake realized Rocky's legacy would always remind others to trust their instincts and hearts deeply. Standing quietly beside the monument, Jake felt peaceful acceptance. Rocky's legacy transcended loss, becoming eternal inspiration for all who knew him. Jake smiled softly, whispering, "Goodbye, my friend," forever thankful their paths had crossed. Rocky's spirit lived on profoundly within Jake, guiding him gently forward, forever transforming lives through love, courage, and trust.